Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. First of all, I'm sorry, like I'm late today, but well, I'm very happy, like to say, today. Well, actually, yesterday, this channel is actually it's the 4th anniversary of this channel. 4 years doing this. Actually, I'm very happy. Thank you for all your support after long time. I started this channel when Bitcoin was here around $69,000, and we saw the bear market from 69 to $17,000. I remember here I was in short, and my target was 14, $15, $15,000. Bitcoin hit $15,000 500. Well, never mind. It's okay. So the thing right now, I'm very happy. I'm very happy right now. Thank you for all your support, all of you guys. I started this channel because, well, trading is actually very lonely, you know. Usually people around you think you are crazy or you're just gambler, right? Because they don't understand, right? I'm okay with that. So that's why actually that's the reason why I started this channel, because I wanted to share like this and maybe find people like you, like who actually like to trade like me. So well, so let's start with Bitcoin. And as you can see here, Bitcoin did a new all-time high a few days ago, right? It was actually very interesting, right? Like we saw this high. I was in short position around $111,000. I got stopped. I took a loss actually, and right now Bitcoin is around 120k, and the top right now is around $123,000 around here. So what is next? Well, in weekly chart, as I said before, we have still this, not just only one, we have multiple various divergences in volume, and also we have also a various divergence as well forming right now in weekly chart. But I think Bitcoin will be in sideways for a while right now. Of course, I will open more shorts, not now, not now. I will do that eventually. But right now I am trading short term. So let's talk about 1 day chart here. 1 day chart, as you can see here, we will see a sell signal potentially next week. So next week, actually, I'm looking for a signal, and as you can see here, this volume, this move actually was as strong as 10%, but volume is not actually very strong right now. As you can see here, got rejected and is closing below the MA55 into the chart. Sorry, in 1 day chart. So the momentum is still to the upside. ADX is still strong, but eventually I'm looking for actually a sell opportunity where, of course, eventually I am looking for around $111,000 to be tested. And well, from here, potentially it could be another opportunity. It depends, because if by this point we see a sell signal in higher time frames, maybe this could be the last push to kill many shorts they were here like me, yeah, because I was in short. And after that, we can start thinking it could be a fake out potentially, but it's too soon. It's too soon right now. It's too soon. So that's why I have to be very honest with you, right? Long time ago, I mean, I cannot remember the last time when I got wrecked in one position, but remember, in the long term, right, risk management is the most important thing here. So that's why I'm very happy actually that happened to me, because we have to be humble, right? And of course, we are not perfect. We take losses, but we learn from our mistakes. So that's why I decided to start using again my system, the original one. And of course, eventually we'll keep improving, especially the OBV. I think this indicator can be improved a lot, but well, I will do that over time. So let me show you something else. So as you can see here, we have this breakout, and now in 1 day chart, there is no entry. There is no entry. As you can see here, there is no entry. Actually, I'm looking for a sell signal potentially next week. Not this weekend. I think usually Bitcoin will be in sideways. It's like that, right? Usually it's like this, right? Sideways here. And after that, another pullback. I will open shorts. Of course, yes. I know we are an uptrend, but high time frames, sorry, like weekly chart, 5-day chart, 2-day chart, 3-day chart, all of them together, they are telling me potentially this could be the last move. So that's why I want you to be careful. I am not bearish. I am just defensive. I want to be very careful with my words. I am just defensive, looking for this potential pullback around 110, $111,000 around here. Only after I see the sell signal with ADX negative. Now, in 4-hour chart, as you can see here, I was in short position. Actually, I want to show you something else. Let me show you this screen. I'm going to show you something very interesting. This application is my trading journal. I decided to build a small application myself to, well, track my positions, right? I am doing this manually because my suggestion for all of you guys, if you want to start doing this same as me, you have to do it manually, because you have to when you do that manually, especially when you're trading, you are actually thinking about your positions, if you did very well or not. And the point here is you want to learn from your mistakes. I can actually just do it like reading the information from the exchange and automatically get the report, but that is not the point. The point here is like every time when I trade, I want to understand why I did it, why I got stopped, why I lost a trade, or what is the reason, right? So I decided to start this account yesterday. I did it in the beginning of this year with another account. So this one is very small. Let me show you here. Is with $2,000 right now, and I just executed 2 trades. The first trade was from $119,000, 500, 600 around there, and it was just 2% in 4-hour chart, and I got around this profit. Of course, before the fees, right? It could be less because the fees, and also this long position. The position was not very strong. I mean, the bounce we saw here, and I moved my stop. My entry was my stop was about my entry, sorry. So that's why I got just a little bit, enough to pay the fees. But the point here is we have right now, I'm gonna keep showing you this because this is the way how I'm gonna start tracking my positions. I wanna be more transparent with you guys. And also, eventually here, I will add more analytics, more metrics here, where actually over time, I'm hoping in this channel, you will see the executions more like in real time, and also with real data, how I am using this trading journal to improve my skills as a trader. Okay, so it's actually very important. You can do it with Excel or whatever, but this is the application I built. And well, let's see. In my goal is I want to repeat the same thing over time. I want to show you how a small account like this one, maybe after 3-4 months, it could be maybe at least double. I'm hoping for that. Yeah, or if I get wrecked, yeah, because I cannot predict the future, right? Like a few weeks ago, like I got wrecked with this breakout of Bitcoin. But the most important thing here is learning from our mistakes and risk management, right? So now let's continue with the technical analysis here. So as you can see here in my trading journal, right, I was in short from here, and I closed my position around here. Why I closed my position here is because the volume profile here is around here, right? So the support is around here. And also I open a long position around here in 1-hour chart as a trigger, looking for a buy signal in 4-hour chart. And my target was around 119, 120K. But with this drop in 1-hour chart, let me show you here. With this drop here, I was in long position around this area. Let me show you around here. I opened a long position around here, and I got the stop, this bounce here. And after that, I decided to close my position here in the short term. Usually I don't trade 1-hour chart, but well, the volatility is actually very good right now. That's why I did it. Honestly, I was hoping for Bitcoin to test around 120K. I think eventually it's gonna do that. I mean, there is no resistance. Don't get me wrong, there is no resistance right now, okay? There is no resistance. If someone is telling you there is resistance at 120K, that's not true, yeah? This is empty space, okay? Bitcoin, of course, we cannot predict the future, right? But here, there is no resistance, there is no confluence, there is nothing here, so empty space. So what we can do here, in my experience, of course, when I was doing algo trading with other platforms and other companies in the past, so we use a lot Fibonacci levels. So this one, actually, you can see here, the 0.786 around here, $121,000. and the next one is around 135. So they are my targets. The first target already hit, this one, right? This one is here, as you can see here, and the second target it could be this one, but I have to be very honest with you guys. I know sometimes you think like, you are always bearish thinking Bitcoin is gonna crash, but it's not crashing. And you're right. You can say that because my system indicators I was using before, they were telling me that, but actually after 6 months trying testing this new system, it didn't work like I was expecting. But this is my traditional or my classic system I've been using for almost 7 years, 6 years. So you can open TradingView and you see it by yourself. Yeah, there is all the time frames for Bitcoin right now. They are screaming something very interesting, right? We have OBB here with not just only one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 better divergence, massive better divergence in weekly chart. And with this new high here, we have to be careful. Yeah. I am not calling the top right now because I think Bitcoin, as long as the ADX is still positive on the chart, it could be possible to see higher prices, maybe 135 maximum, maybe potentially. But remember this, okay? We have this setup in weekly chart. Not just only that, we have also the same setup here, same as 2021. We have multiple better variances in OBB, and also we have in momentum as well. Yeah, and also not just on the 3-day chart, we have also 2-day chart with exactly the same setup. Better variance here, and also volume is nothing. So this move, based on the volume, only volume, it could be a bull trap, okay? So that's why I am not bearish, just I am defensive. I am telling you what I see in the charts, of course. So I could be wrong again. Yeah, but honestly, I don't think so this time, because this system actually is actually good. Yeah, it's actually, I made a mistake maybe thinking, well, the back testing was very nice actually. Well, never mind. So what I'm looking for right now, what is my plan? Well, my plan is, first of all, there is no entry right now. I think volatility is extremely high right now in one day chart. It's extremely high. Usually when you see this volatility, you will see your sideways for a while. So there is a very good chance Bitcoin in the short term, right, it could form a range between maybe 116, where is the support 17, and also maybe around 120, 21, maybe the rest of the month, potentially, yes. Okay, so if I see Bitcoin testing this area, or maybe not testing, actually with a clear sell signal in one day chart, with also ADX negative here, potentially I will open shorts. Yeah, but of course I have to be honest with you. Bitcoin is actually in uptrend, still in uptrend since 2020 to 2022 November, almost 3 years. It's gonna be almost 3 years in uptrend. Actually, this bull market has been very good. Bitcoin bull market, right? Not alt season, I think, because alt season they are struggling a lot right now. I mean, they are pumping, but not like 2017, 2018. That's my point. Okay, so now let me show you something else. The monthly. Someone said in my group, well, monthly sell signal is invalidated. I don't think so. I think the momentum is still to the downside here. ADX is positive. Yeah, that's actually very good. Yes, we could say, yeah, it could be a fake signal, this one, potentially, yes. But the problem with this is, like, even at least in 2021, we got like multiple fake signals, around two or three, potentially this one more. But when I see the signals like this one, I am not very confident the price will just keep pumping for long term. Of course, what I want to buy, when I want to buy, is when I see this signal, right? Only this signal. So the last only 3 opportunities, in the first one 2015, the second one 2019, and the last one 2022. So the next big buy opportunity in the monthly for me is gonna be in the monthly, right? When we see exactly the same signal in potentially next year, something like this. Now let's continue with the RSI, because actually I want to see what is doing. Bitcoin was forming a better variance right now, and we have 1, 2, 3 strikes of better variance in the monthly. Yeah, That's actually very interesting. But the weekly chart is something I care. Well, Bitcoin is doing very well in with RSI. Let me show you here. Bitcoin is breaking the previous high here, but this one is not the important one. This high is actually the important one. You want to see the RSI breaking above 78 to see a full invalidation of the average divergence here. But honestly, I don't think so. I think we are very close from potentially a pullback in weekly basis. Potentially, yes. I don't like to use trend lines and this kind of things with RSI, but well, but RSI sometimes actually is useful. But as you can see here, there's a trend line right now here. So we have to see the RSI breaking this high, and not just only this high, breaking also breaking this line, breaking the previous high here of 2000 in December 2024. As long as the RSI is below here, this area, we potentially 1, 2, 3 strikes of better divergence. So that's why I am just defensive. That's all. In the short term, of course, I'm gonna still keep looking for long positions, but you have to be careful. Okay, you have to be very careful, especially right now if you are in FOMO. Okay, because you know FOMO is your enemy, especially right now. Right now, with multiple better divergences forming in different periods of Bitcoin, 2-day, 3-day, 5-day, weekly chart, and sell signal monthly. I don't know, man. This is a setup I like to short. I like to go against of the masses, but in my case, I will wait for confirmation because we cannot remember the fact if we do that, we are fighting the trend. In my case, that's why I took a loss here because the fact is I was shorting this breakout here, and I was fighting the trend, right? In this case, it was not correct, and it's okay. It's totally fine with that. Risk management. That's why risk management is very important. Okay. Now let's continue with USD dominance because USD dominance is doing something very interesting. Actually, it's very important. Let me show you here. I'm gonna remove right now the RSI. Let me show you the without RSI. Yeah. Now volatility is contracting here. Be careful about this, okay? Volatility is contracting here. Yeah. This thing is in consolidation. That's my point. All of this is consolidation. It's not distribution. It's not like it's gonna crash to zero here. No. The odds are very low. So that's why now USD dominance is about to test the strongest support since March 2024, right? This is a strong support. One more, maybe we are actually around the corner, and also we have not just only that, potentially only if the USD dominance is making a new low, a little bit lower, something like this, yeah. Pay attention to OBB because we could see a bullish divergence. We don't have any confirmation. I am speculating right now, okay? But if you see a new leg up for Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is not the most important chart right now to start watching. I think USD dominance is the most important chart right now because it's testing support. Yeah. We will see a weekly buy signal very soon, maybe by the end of the month. Yeah. So that's why I have strong reasons to start just to be defensive, and potentially I will start looking for other shorts. Of course, if you are in the investing channel and everything, I am sharing my weekly notes about my trades, my executions, and also eventually I will give you access to my trading journal where you can see with more details all the information, right? Only for Patreon supporters and also for who are helping this channel. Now let's continue with the 1-day chart. 1-day chart actually is very interesting here. 1-day chart, there is no volume here. There is no signal like we will see a bounce very soon. I don't think so. The ADX actually is still positive here. So I'm still thinking like potentially we could see another leg up for Bitcoin, right? Potentially, yes. And it could be the last one. Remember this support around 4%. 4% is extremely important. Yeah. And also one more thing. In the monthly here for USD dominance, let me show you something else. Yeah. We don't have actually, this is new information. I didn't see this one. With OBB, we don't have actually volume right now. This thing is just in consolidation. And also the monthly is firing a new sell signal. So there is a high probability we could see a potential a new low here, maybe this week, maybe this month, sorry. But if we see a new low, I don't see a breakdown to all the way down to 2%, because if that happens, Bitcoin will hit 1 million. I don't think so. I think we could see a new low. I am just guessing here, okay? It's a speculation. Something like this, right? Let me show you here. Something like this. But if we see something like this, officially we will have, for first time in the history of this chart, a potential bullish divergence in the monthly. So what I'm trying to say here is like Bitcoin is forming better divergences from 2-day chart, 3-day chart, 5-day chart, weekly chart, and sell signal in the monthly. Okay? Put all together after 3 years of just pumping for over 3 years, right? And we could see a potential bullish divergence in the monthly for UC dominance. Just saying, okay? Just think about it. Okay? Think about it. Of course, it's gonna take time, but I think it's a very strong case. We have never seen this before. I don't know the answer. I don't have the answer. The only thing I have to tell you is I can tell you is my I will just follow my system of trading. But let's see. Now let's continue with this the Bitcoin dominance. Now many YouTubers are calling for the next alt season. I disagree with them. I disagree about this statement. Why I disagree? Well, of course, in short term we can see a alt season. As you can see, many altcoins, Cardano, Monero, XRP, they are pumping. Yeah. I got it. But the thing here is like, please forget about the narrative, right? The social media stuff. Let's study this chart. In 2019, in 2017, remember when Bitcoin was from 20K, crashed all the way down to $3,000, right? All the crash here, okay, yeah. And after that, we got this period of consolidation where in the big picture, Bitcoin went from $3,000 to 14K, right? And after that, we got consolidation again, right? Where in 2020, when we got the corona stuff, that kind of things, right? But you pay attention here. When the Bitcoin dominance tested the ME55, got rejected, and after that we got our alt season, yeah, from Solana from $8 to 200, right? Cardano, right? Very like $3, I think so, yeah. But now this moving average is not a resistance anymore. It's not resistance anymore, yeah. So we will see potentially a pullback. Of course, yes. We will see because this is resistance, right? All of this is resistance, right? We could see a pullback, but the difference is now the ME55 is going to act as support. What I'm trying to say here is very simple. We could see something like this. For example, we have this bounce here, and after a pullback or alt season, right? And after that, continuation, right? That's my point. So I will be careful here. That's the reason why I think many altcoins, they are not pumping like before, because this is a little bit concerning, right? The ME55 is gonna be our support, yeah. So that's why if we see an alt season, it's not gonna be super strong like before. That's my point. Now the positive thing here is like we have a better divergence here in curve, but ADX is positive. And not just only that, volume is extremely high. Even if we see a pullback, it's gonna be a massive buy opportunity. I mean, what I'm trying to say, like Bitcoin will just hit the ME55 potentially here, and will keep trending to the upside, something like this, and after that continue, right? Because it's trending, and volatility is contracting here. So Bitcoin dominance is doing very well. So maybe by next month we could see something like this, a buy signal here. But as long as it's about the ME55 here, around here, I am very bullish, still bullish. So that's why I don't buy this statement like, oh yeah, we are in an alt season. Ethereum will go to 5K, 7,000, 10,000. maybe not this year, maybe in 5 years, potentially, yes. Now, let's continue with some altcoins, especially Ethereum. As you can see here, my technical analysis was something like this, right? But instead, Ethereum, what it's doing is pumping. Perfect, very good. Now, the question is what is gonna be the next target? Technically speaking, in weekly chart, it should be around 3,500. What is actually the confluence here in volume? As you can see here, this area is the resistance. Now, the question is actually Ethereum healthy? Is gonna continue? We will see a breakout potentially. Well, if we ignore Bitcoin and the multiple various divergences Bitcoin is forming right now here, we could see a buy signal in Ethereum in the monthly, and that's very interesting. I never seen something like this. It's the first time I see something like this. Bitcoin showing signals of like various variances with multiple various variances and sell signal in higher time frames forming right now. And the second most important altcoin in the world, Ethereum, is about to fire a buy signal in the monthly. If somehow Ethereum manage the sell signal, could manage the signal of Bitcoin and just staying sideways, yeah, definitely this thing could be a potential breakup in the monthly. Yeah, something like this, right? Breaking this area, this is looking actually quite good because we will see a buy signal here. Now, the only one who can destroy this signal, potential signal or buy signal, well, not it's not a signal not yet, but potentially it could be Bitcoin. So that's why the scenario I am thinking, if you are bullish right now with Ethereum, is Bitcoin must be in sideways, in range for maybe long time, maybe around, no, maybe 3 months in sideways between, I don't know, 110 to 120 in sideways, just in sideways. If we see that scenario, of course, Ethereum will keep pumping, right? And very hard, very, very hard. I don't know, like crazy. I know it's strange, but it's the first time I see something like this. Buy signal here. This is a contrarian signal. Usually, altcoins tend to follow Bitcoin, but I don't know. It's the first time I see something like this, right? Bitcoin forming a sell signal and Ethereum forming a buy signal. It's very interesting, and we don't have. I was studying the charts yesterday and today. We don't have any historical data about this scenario. I don't know what is going to happen. Yeah, that's my point, because we don't have historical evidence like before Bitcoin and Ethereum did the same thing. Okay, now let's continue with more. And now I'm going to continue with Cardano. Cardano for example, this one. This one is looking more like Bitcoin, as you can see here, right? The momentum is garbage here. As you can see here, it's very bad in the monthly, right? So ADX is very weak, right? Also, but it's holding the M55. This thing is just in sideways here. But because the monthly is not very healthy, well, I am not expecting a new all-time high or $3 or $4. I don't think so. But at least it's gonna be in sideways. Now here, it's very obvious here. Cardano is in sideways where is 0.86 is the resistance, and based on volume, 0.60 is the support. Now, you see here, technically speaking, Cardano is running out of time because eventually we will see a sell signal here, and this thing in higher time frames is just in sideways. If you are bullish here, you want to see this thing pumping, but there is no evidence that is going to happen. Why? Because we don't have volume. Volume is less than zero line. It's below than zero line, and also it's below than the M55. So that's why I don't have a strong evidence like this thing will keep pumping. Now let's continue with Solana. Solana, as you can see here, is about to test the resistance here. In weekly chart, same thing. I know you are very excited. Oh my God, yeah, Solana is pumping again. But the thing here is like the momentum is very low, right? ADX is not strong. I mean, this move is not strong. And also weekly chart, we'll see a sell signal. That is something I was expecting to see for Ethereum, but we don't have the same scenario for Ethereum. So that's why this thing is gonna is running out of time, same as Cardano, where the resistance, of course, is around here, right? Around 175, 180. Volume profile actually is obvious here. This is the resistance, and also this is the support. Any close below 130, Solana will test around 110 and potentially lower time frame, lower prices. But I think there are two charts I am looking right now every day, at least every 2 days. First of all, the multiple various variances of Bitcoin is forming in 2-day chart, 3-day chart, 5-day chart, weekly chart, and also the test of the USD dominance. At least in my opinion, USD dominance right now is the most important chart we have to start watching, because we will see a potential test 4%, just point now is 4.31, potentially this week, and from there I am looking for actually a major bounce. So that means Bitcoin pullback potentially. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue with more. I want to show you XRP. XRP is pumping here, as you can see here. Now we have this buy signal here. We were talking about this, looking for not no breakout. I am looking for just sideways here, where XRP is just gonna be in sideways here, right? In sideways here, and let's see, because the momentum is still to the upside, but it's too late. I mean, you are thinking to buy. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, right? You can do whatever you want, but buying XRP at $3, I don't know. It's not very smart, right? At least for me, it's not very smart. Okay, so now let's continue with the comments, and after that we'll continue with the stock market. Okay, let's see. Simon, welcome. Thank you. Hello, Bill. Hello. I hope everything is fine there. Simon, Leo, how do you confirm that the bullish or bearish variance on curve are 2 points always enough? Okay, yeah, good question. So Simon is asking me how I can confirm the bearish variances, right? Like especially in curve. For example, right now in weekly chart, we can do this exercise. Yeah. Now let me show you here. First of all, here we have the bearish variance here forming right now in curve, right? In curve, yeah. We don't have that confirmation, not yet, right? But how we can confirm? First of all, here, the first thing you have to do is you have to see the sell signal, right? Sell signal here. I mean, the darker blue, right? But even with the darker blue, it's gonna take time. Why? Because ADX is still very strong, right? For example, in this case, sell signal here, but instead of crashing, it was using sideways for a long time because ADX, the momentum was very strong in this case to the upside. So the ideal scenario is you see the sell signal here, and also the ADX, the slope is getting negative, yeah? That is telling you the trend, I mean, that move to the upside is getting weaker. And also with price action, usually I like to do is taking the previous low. For example, in this case, if we have multiple candles here, for example, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 3 here, we have to something like this. We have different candles, right? And suddenly we have the sell signal here with ADX negative here. Well, the next candle, this one, must close below the previous low, something like this. Something like this, right? This is the basement, and this candle here is closing below the support and below the structure here. Now, I will open shorts here? Of course not. No. That is not the way of trading. You have to wait for the bounce here. When the bounce is testing here, the resistance here, yeah, potentially it could be a nice entry to start opening long short positions in this case, right? So never short the support, never go long in resistance. You have to wait for pullbacks or bounces before, okay? Yeah, that's actually is very simple, very basic rule. Never short the support, okay? Never. Okay, that's why, I mean, I am against of breakout traders because I don't know, I back tested that thing and it doesn't work. At least in my experience, it's terrible. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think one more thing. Let me see. Yeah, stock market, right? Let's talk about the stock market, and after that, I'm gonna finish the live stream. So let's talk about. First of all, I want to say congratulations for this trade with AMD. Amazing, right? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I bought AMD at 85, and right now I close my position around 140, 100, around the 140, something like that. In my case, I'm very happy because I made around 50%. Yeah. Why I close my position here? Well, it's because the resistance is here, right? Is here. Yeah. Is there this here? But let me show you here. The monthly here is very, very strong. Last time when AMD tested the MI55 was in 2022. This was an obvious buy here. An obvious buy here. Of course, I am not expecting a new all-time high. Well, actually, it's possible. Yeah, because volatility is contracting here. My only one concern is the volume. The volume is not increasing, right? But definitely, yes, we have opportunity like potentially in the pricing. We have a buy signal here in the monthly. Of course, I am not financial advisor, but potentially this could be like this, right? A potential breakout maybe or in this year, yeah, something like that. But well, now let's continue with more. Let's talk about Amazon. Amazon, as you can see here, is bouncing here in weekly chart. Let me see weekly chart. I think, yeah, we have here. Well, I think we will see a correction very soon, maybe around 200 potentially. Baba, as expected, I was looking for a pullback, right? Is holding the MI55, as you can see, is holding the MI55, forming a potential trend. But in my case, there is no entry. At least in my opinion, no. I was holding this thing around 75 for 4 months, and after that, I closed my position. I am not interested here because we have a sell signal in the monthly. Let me show you here. Yeah, we have a sell signal in the monthly. We don't have volume right now for Baba, and we will see a sell signal very soon. That's why for me it's not very strong, at least not like before. Now let's continue with more. Let's talk about Netflix. Netflix is doing great actually. As you can see here, we have a new all-time high. This thing is trending. The trend is your friend until the end. So we will have a sell signal very soon. Let me show you here. We have a sell signal here, but the ADX is still positive here. Volume is very healthy. This thing will keep trending. If you see another test of the MI55, it's just gonna be a buy opportunity like this. Now let's talk about Nike. Nike, very, 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 very good actually. As you can see here, the next level is around, it was around 50, 55, something like that. Yep. Now we have the bounce here. Now the question is, should I buy here? Well, it depends, right? Because if your target is in the long term, yeah, man, this is the time is the time to buy Nike. The last time when Nike tested the MI55 here was in the 2000. The second time was in the crash in 2008, and now is the time. So as investor, the opportunity is there. Yeah, the opportunity is there. We will see a buy signal maybe this year. In the monthly, let me see. We will see. We have a bullish divergence as well. We don't have bullish divergence in volume, but yeah, this thing will keep pumping to 120, something like that. Let's talk about Nvidia. Nvidia new all-time high. Yep, as expected. Yeah, this thing is very strong still. It's just in the MI55 here in volume. So yeah, wait for the pullbacks. The pullbacks, don't short the market. Don't short the stock market. It's a terrible idea. At least for the following years, I think. Let's continue with Tesla. Tesla is holding the MI55, right? Holding the MI55. Let me see the weekly chart. We are gonna see a sell signal soon. No volume here. Looking for maybe a pullback all the way down to 200, potentially yes, but in the long term. Now there is one I'm watching right now. Is Unity. Unity is I mean, you know, Unity, right? The engine, video game engine, right? Actually, I am looking for this one in the monthly here, because in the monthly is looking way much better. We have a bullish divergence here. This thing is gonna be like this maybe the following 2 years. Looking for 60, potentially yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Sadly, in the exchange I can buy this thing is not available. So well, just in case you're interested, of course, right? Now let's continue with gold. Gold is sell signal in the monthly forming right now. Volume is massive. So this thing will keep trending for a long time, maybe years. So it will see a pullback, of course, yes, but it's gonna be a buy opportunity. Okay, now let's talk about this one, MicroStrategy. Yep, volume is very good actually. I don't see signs of weakness. We have a sell signal, but ADX is positive here. Well, this thing will keep trending. I think we'll keep trending. hmm Let me show you here. Okay, so we have here sell signal in the weekly chart, but well, overall it's looking good. Well, actually, let me see. One, we will see. Well, this thing, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because we have to see a breakout here. It's getting ready for a breakout potentially, and we could see a better divergence here and weekly chart as well. Okay, be careful here. Be careful here. I think that's all, guys. That's all. Silver, after many years, breakout as expected. You see, looking for around 400, 40, 42 around there. And that's all, guys. I think that's all. Okay, that's all. That's all for today. So, yep, yep. That's all, guys. Bitcoin. Let me see for our chart. We will see a buy signal very soon, but there is no volume here, so it's more sideways. I think. Sideways. I think. Yeah, sideways. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream. I'm gonna start doing live streams again more often.